me, my name is Sandip. I'm an ex-ICU nurse. But actually, my story with the product started with my parents. So my mom used the system that Fasan was talking about, and we're going to be talking about. 3 months, her blood work, her A1C was completely normal. My dad, 3 months off of his cholesterol meds. Guys, 7 years of nursing, I've never seen that, what I'm seeing with this system. So that's huge. After I saw that, I started, my mom and dad kind of lost some weight, so I got excited. I started using the system. 7 months, 55 pounds down. Without any dieting, without any meal prep. Okay? So that was my story. I mean, Philhan and Mitch did a great job explaining what the problem is and how we got there. But now we're going to talk about the solution. Okay? So raise of hands. Mitch talked about a few symptoms, weight gain, high cholesterol, high sugar levels. When we hear that kind of stuff, what is the number one thing that we resort to? Oh, some things. Diets, I heard it. So, raise of hands. How many people in this room have ever done a diet in their life? Okay, keep your hands up. How many of you guys have failed that diet? Keep your hands up. So I don't think anybody put their hand down. Okay? So what do you guys think? What is the reason of us failing those diets?
Dieting needs to diet.
There you go. Dieting needs to diet.
I strongly believe dieting needs to diet.
Okay. Why do we fail our diets?
Because if we on our health journey, first thing the method should be convenient and sustainable. What I believe.
100%. Also, consistency. Why can't we stay consistent?
Because it's tough. The method is tough.
So it's hard.
Yeah.
Discipline. A lot of willpower. Exactly. The environment that we're living in doesn't allow us to actually be consistent with our diets. We pick the trending diet, we do it, we see a little bit of success, and then we fail again. And that keeps going until we give up, right? So our work family, our stress, our decision-making skills, our time doesn't let us be consistent, and for that reason we fail, and we don't get the results we want. So when we talk about the feel great system, that's when that comes into play. It helps us bridge that gap from where we are to where we want to be, okay? So we're going to be talking about the feel great system. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is balance, which is a fiber matrix. So a lot of people compare balance to Metamucil. So we're going to actually do a demonstration to see why it's exactly nothing like the Metamucil, okay? So, can I make my table? Yeah. Put the mic down. Okay.
Everyone can hear us fine? Without the mic?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me without the mic? Yes. Okay, awesome. I'll be loud. Okay. So we have Metamucil here, and we have 2 cups of water with the same amount of water in it. Okay? Everyone see that?
Yeah.
Same amount of water. So in one, we're going to mix Metamucil.
Number 1 doctor recommended fiber in the world.
Midge, is it the number one? I don't know, ask the doctor, she's here. Okay? And in the other, we're going to mix balance. Now when I'm mixing it, I want you guys to pay attention to the sound. Okay. So we're going to mix Metamucil first.
You want to bring the mic over actually?
Okay, yeah, so we can hear it. You put it close to this. Okay. I'll tell you why in a minute. All you hear is a lot of splashing and not a lot of blending happening. Okay? And the splashing just continues. But when we mix the balance, no splashing, but also it's already getting thicker as I'm blending it. and my whisk is slowing down. And it's important for our fibers to actually do that because we want them to blend and expand in our stomach. So we're going to actually let that sit for 10 minutes. We'll continue the presentation and we'll actually show you what the difference is of what Metamucil does and what Balance does in 10 minutes. Okay? So as I said, Balance is
A blend of fibers. So there's 7 different types of fibers in there, whereas Metamucil is only one type, sorry. Psyllium husk, okay? So the 7 different fibers, there's, orange peels. I mean, a lot of us just usually throw that away. So that's our pectin fiber. Even in apples, right? At the core of the apple is the pectin fiber, which is what we're throwing away. So we're really not even getting majority of the fiber in us, okay? And a lot of people usually tell me, why don't we just eat food? Why don't we just get the fiber from food? But now if you're eating all that food just to get that 30 grams of fiber, you've also increased your carb load as well. You're eating more calories just to get that fiber in. But with the balance, you're getting that fiber, but you're keeping your calories low. Okay? So that fiber matrix actually is going to go inside, and it's going to control your sugar levels, it's going to control your cholesterol levels, it's going to control your insulin and your triglyceride levels. Okay? Another thing that the balance has, it has a 7x technology. So what that is basically when you drink the balance, it expands in your stomach. And that expansion is what's going to help you stay full, so you don't end up eating every 2 hours. You're not constantly snacking, and you end up eating less. So whereas you're going to eat 3 slices of pizza, now you can probably just eat 1, and you're satisfied. Okay, so you feel satiated with it. Balance also has something called a cardio matrix. So those are basically plant nutrients to help control your cholesterol and even prevents platelets from sticking together, so your risk of heart disease comes down as well. Okay? Actually, I'm going to forward ahead and show you guys a study. Cleveland Clinic actually did a study on the balance. They gave it to a group of participants, tested their stools, tested what they ate, tested their blood work, and this is the results that they came out with. Such a product, if taken regularly, could reduce cardiovascular risk on a population basis and potentially decrease the need or dose for lipid-lowering prescription drugs. So that's your cholesterol meds. And guys, Cleveland Clinic is the #1 heart hospital in the world. Past 27 years, they've been #1 in cardiology, and they've been #1 in heart surgery. So that's huge for the #1 heart hospital to do on the balance. Okay? So that's the Cleveland Clinic. Balance also has a vitamin complex, so it has your vitamins and minerals in it as well. Okay? This study was done by the University of Sydney. Basically, they gave a group of participants balance. Some took it, so they gave a group of participants of white bread, Some took it without the balance, so had the white bread without the balance, and some with the balance. And those that actually had the balance with the white bread, they saw a 20% reduction in blood glucose with 1 balance, and a 28% reduction with 2 balances. And not just sugar, your insulin levels, what Midge was talking about as well. So with 1 balance, they saw 13% reduction in blood insulin levels, and 27% reduction with insulin levels with 2 balances. Okay? And the University of Sydney is the home of the glycemic index. They created the glycemic index. Okay? Another study was done by actually Unicity. So they gave a group of participants this meal: 2 waffles, maple syrup, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, and orange juice. Now, this is a very sugary meal, but a lot of us are eating this on a daily basis, right? So those that took balance with this meal, they saw 43% reduction in their glucose response. Almost half, guys. That's huge, right? So that's basically the effect of the balance on your sugar levels. Okay, so we'll do the unimate as well, then we'll go back to the experiment. So we'll give it the 10 minutes, okay? So the unimate that we're talking about is actually made up of a yerba mate extract. So what do I mean by extract? Basically, there's a lot of Indians in this room, haldi or turmeric, right? We've all heard of it. So you can get $2 turmeric and you can get $40 turmeric. What's the difference? Yeah, so the $2 turmeric is just dried powder form and given to us. Whereas the $40 one, the extract is removed. So the compound that actually gives us the health benefits, curcumin, is removed from the turmeric. So same thing with the yerba mate. You can get regular yerba mate on the market, but what the difference with unimate is you have 375 times more chlorogenic acid than the regular yerba mate on the market. And chlorogenic acid is really good because it reduces your inflammation, it helps control your sugar levels, it manages blood pressure, it also actually controls your hunger and cravings naturally. So that's what with the chlorogenic acid. Okay? Now when unimate is made, it actually goes through a 5-step process where they hand pick the leaves of the yerba mate. Now even the yerba mate leaves, not all of them make it to becoming unimate. Okay, so even they're picky when they're picking these leaves. Then those leaves are fire roasted. When they're fire roasted, they can actually extract the compounds, then and concentrate it, so 375 times more. Then they purify it. At the purification, actually the pesticides and the pHs are removed. Okay, so it goes through that 5 steps. Now, everyone in this room, anyone taking unimate right now, how many of us feel like their mood is better? They feel happier. They're fighting less at home. Right?
That's with alcohol.
That's because of the compound theobromine. Right? You know what else has theobromine in it? Chocolate. So just like after eating chocolate, you feel happy, that's why you feel happy drinking the unimate. Okay? So this is actually a study done, those that took the field grade system, so the unimate and the balance, just after 30 and 60 days of having the field grade system, there was a 75% increase in their well-being, feeling better, their mood getting better, okay? Another thing is, there is a little bit caffeine in the unimate, but it's naturally whatever is from the plant. I mean, if they remove that, the plant also gets destroyed. But if you compare it to coffee or tea, there is much less caffeine in your unimate compared to the coffee and tea that we're drinking on a daily basis. But there is more chlorogenic acid than our coffees. So now you're getting the health benefits, but without the jitters, without the crash. Okay? So we'll actually go back to the experiment.